Well, hello there, friends. This is Scott from Platte River Keto. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On my channel, you get to come along for the ride on my keto journey. I've been on the keto, living the keto lifestyle for 13 months, give or take now. Down 146 pounds. Went from being able to barely walk from the couch to the fridge to being able to be healthy and active. I still have a long way to go. Started off my journey at 475 pounds, currently at 329. But feeling great, love what I'm doing. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being along for the ride. Here on my channel, I have a weekly check-in where I check in a lot of times with my relationship with Earth's gravity. Also check in with just kind of what's gone on in my week. And then I also like to have one other check-in during the week where I talk with you a little bit about something that I've learned. Usually about keto, but definitely just about life also. Just about getting through life and on this journey that we're all here participating in here on this earth. So anyway, this week, check my relationship with Earth's gravity. No movement this week, so I'm at 329.8, down 146 pounds. We'll check in again next week, hopefully have some movement, but not too concerned about that, feeling good. What I wanted to share with you this week, unless you were living under a rock or this is the very first time that you've joined me on my page, I attended my first keto conference. I got to go to the Hard to Kill Summit in Omaha. It was fantastic. I learned a lot. I met a lot of wonderful people. I met some of the keto influencers, the people that we all see on YouTube. Dr. Barry with his 3 million followers, Rachel and Joe with their 40,000 or something more than that followers. And I have to tell you, these people are the nicest people that you'll ever meet. They're exactly the people that you see when you see them on their videos, their lives. They are kind, they are generous with their time, and they just want all of us to succeed on our journeys. So that was wonderful. I made a bunch of new friends. It was really great to meet some of the people that I've interacted with on some of the keto groups that I'm a member of, and it was great to meet some people that I had never met before or interacted with at all. It's just a great opportunity. If you ever have a chance to go to a keto conference, I highly recommend it. Here over the next couple of weeks, I plan on kind of sharing what I learned from the keto conference. I actually have my notebook right here where I took some notes about what I learned. I'm definitely not going to give you a blow-by-blow from the conference. First of all, most of these speakers that we had at the conference, their information is out there, their YouTube videos are out there, and they obviously are able to share with you their thoughts on things a lot better than I could. What I am going to share with you is my impressions, some things that I learned and some things that I decided that I wanted to work on. Before I do that though this week, what I'd like to share with you is a little bit of an experience that I had, and I'm going to say definitely a non-scale victory that I had this week. This week I was in Omaha for the conference, as I mentioned, but was also there for a bit of a family gathering in Omaha, and my parents were there. They decided to take me clothes shopping for my birthday. My birthday's here in a couple of weeks, but because they were going to see me, they decided they would take me shopping for my birthday so that they didn't have to ship me a birthday present. It was really nice. Have to tell you a little bit about me and clothes shopping. I absolutely hated clothes shopping pretty much from the time I hit puberty on. It was always an uncomfortable event for me. Things never seemed to fit like I wanted them to. I think I was embarrassed by the size of clothes that I'd have to get, and as I've mentioned previously, I got to the point where I actually couldn't shop at a regular store. I was shopping online, well, exclusively at Big and Tall store. So clothing shopping, I just hated it. My parents mentioned it, and things have been going really good for me. I'm really in a good place, both from a mental standpoint and obviously from a physical standpoint. I'm improving all the time. So I said, yes, let's go. But one of the things that I did do before I went shopping is I actually had a conversation with myself. And I said, Scott, you're doing really well. You've had a lot of success, both on the scale and in how you feel. You've had a great keto conference where you're energized and ready to continue on your journey. Regardless of what happens when you go clothes shopping, if the tag says something that you think should fit and then the article of clothing doesn't fit, it wasn't for you. It wasn't designed for you, and that's okay. Having that conversation was important for me. The great news and the non-scale victory that I want to share is at the store. First of all, I was able to shop wherever I wanted. There were lots of different things that I could wear. The clothing size that I thought I was mostly shopping for shirts. It was XL shirts, and they fit, and it was great. It was really fun. It wasn't perfect. Tried on a couple of pairs of pants that I thought maybe I could fit into. Not so much. But I think honestly having that conversation with myself beforehand really helped me so that I was able to be kind to myself and be patient with myself and be okay with the fact that these 2 pairs of pants that we tried on didn't work. So that was my non-scale victory for the week, was that I was able to go clothes shopping. I had a great time with my parents and was able to get some new outfits. So that was really fun. For the rest of the time today, and I don't want to take too long on my video, but I'd like to share a couple of things that I learned from the first day of the Keto Conference. And I do have my notes in front of me here. If you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my notes. At the very beginning of the Keto Conference, one of the things that I had written down for myself, and I don't remember exactly why I wrote this note down. If I have a quote or something and I know who it came from at the conference, I definitely want to attribute it to them. But in this case, I just have a note here that I wrote down for myself. And the note was, what is my keto? Because one of the cool things about the conference is that you get to meet people who, while we all have the same basic idea about what it is that we're doing, there are people that do many different things along the spectrum of the proper human diet, as Dr. Berry likes to say. And so I wanted to think about, what is my keto? What is keto to me? And what's important to me along my journey? Some of the things that I thought about is that, I met some people who are really into tracking things, and that's really important for them, and that's really helpful for them. And for the record, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If that works good for you, if you like to track your macros, track everything that you eat every day, track your steps, whatever it is, if that's helpful for you, that's awesome. That's not helpful for me. As a matter of fact, that's pretty detrimental to me. I get bogged down in that. I get frustrated by that. I was thinking about that, and I was like, that's not part of my keto, at least not right now. I don't want to be doing tracking those things. I thought about the different things that I eat as far as what's my keto and things that I don't want to eat. I do think I kind of want to tighten some things up. I think that for me personally, I've probably snacked more than I should. We had a great talk, not to go way too far into my notes because I think he was toward the end of the second day, but Dr. Robert Cyrus talked about really about food being fuel, and that's really what it is, and that most of the time when we're eating, we're not hungry. It's an emotional event. And I think that we all know that, but it was a really good reminder for me, and something that I want to focus on is not snacking, is eating, sitting down to a meal, eating till I'm full, and kind of leaving it there. So that was what I wrote down. What is my keto? That's kind of an answer a little bit to that question. The next thing that I wanted to share was that I believe this was Rachel and Joe from Two Crazy Ketos that were talking about this. They were talking about losing the weight. Why? And it's to be able to do things. I think sometimes we get so bogged down with the scale, so bogged down in that number, that we forget about why we're losing weight. Does it really matter what my number is? Like, how often do I have to step on a scale? Hardly ever. So that little number next to my name, or that number that I just told you, like, what does that have to do with my life? Very little. What are the things that I'm able to do because I'm healthier? So that's something to think about. And if you're just starting out on your journey, that's something to think about. Maybe write some things down that you want to be able to do. Or as you go along on your journey, write down the things that you're now able to do that you weren't able to do before, so you can reflect back on those things. So I really liked that. The one other thing that I wanted to share with you today, I don't even know that it came directly from something anybody said, but it was just a sort of a thought that I had as I was listening on the first day of the conference. And this actually comes from, not sure if you're familiar with Kim and Penn Holderness, the Holderness family. They're a very popular podcast, and you may know them from The Amazing Race. But Kim shared a story that was actually from The Amazing Race, or shared a little something that happened when she had the opportunity to bungee jump. And the person that was helping her get her equipment on and everything was kind of telling her about getting ready to jump. And one of the things that he said to her was, don't wait until you're ready. You'll never be ready. Now that definitely applies to bungee jumping, and Kim and Penn applied it to other things in life, but I wanted to apply it to keto and your keto journey. If you're new to keto, if you've happened upon my video and you're not sure if it's something you want to do, but you're holding back and you're not ready, or you don't think you're ready, well, don't wait until you're ready, because you'll never be ready. I wanted to share with you my situation. I decided to start this YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago. Was I ready? No. Do I know how to add my lovely logo to the beginning of my video? No. Do I have any music? No. Do I know how to edit my videos? No. So you get one take me. But if I had waited until I knew how to do all those things, I probably would never start my channel. I think so many times in our lives, we wait. We wait to have it all figured out first before we start. And by doing all that waiting, we don't ever start. So if you're thinking about starting your keto journey, start. Don't wait till Monday. Don't wait till later in the day. Start right now and get started. Don't wait until you're ready. You're never going to be ready. And that is true with keto. That is true in pretty much anything we do in our lives. Take that leap. Take a chance. It's okay to fail. But you'll never know what you can do if you don't take that chance. I wanted to share one other quote. This was from a little bit later in the conference, and I'm going to get who this was from. This was Tara Garrison. She shared a quote, and I believe the quote was actually from somebody else, but that was in her presentation. She said, "I'm only good at what I do because I was once bad at it." Start out with something new. Be bad at something. That's the only way to get good at something, is to be not very good at something when you start. Every single person who is good at anything, the best people in the world, Tom Brady as a quarterback probably didn't throw a perfect pass the very first time he threw a pass. Anybody that you see in life that is really good at something, they were once really bad at something. So if you take anything from what I said today, don't wait until you're ready. You're never going to be ready. Go do it. Start right now. And like I said, if you're starting your keto journey, start it right now. If you're somewhere in the middle and you heard something new about something you thought you maybe wanted to try, you want to try intermittent fasting, try it. Don't wait until you're ready. You're never going to be ready. Keep calm and keto on, and I will talk to you guys soon.